Hello, this is Randy, and welcome back to another episode of Brain Break with Randy and Keitho. As you know, I spent some time as a substitute teacher. I was surprised I liked it as much as I did. I really enjoyed teaching math and science, two things I used constantly for the last 40 some odd years of my working life. I enjoyed teaching people of all ages how to make it work for them. When I first started out, I was teaching at a charter school. I said I would teach math. Then they asked me to teach some science. And pretty soon they started asking me to do other things because one, the kids enjoyed me, and two, I seemed a little bit unflappable. I got a kick out of it when they asked me to watch a dance class or a music class. I teaching the older kids, and they started asking me to teach still secondary, but seventh and eighth graders. I did okay. I found eighth graders were very insufferable. They weren't quite ready for high school, but they thought they were. And one day, this same charter school asked me if I would please go into a second grade class. I've never done elementary now, but to go into a second grade class because they couldn't find anybody that would come in. I said, well, okay, but I'll go just till you find somebody. I agreed on that. But, after an hour, this class was so amazing. I called the office and said, hey, we're good. You don't need to find anybody. Oh, good, because they hadn't found anybody. And asked me if I could stay for 3 days. I agreed. We had a great time. The kids were wonderful. When I was teaching, I would go over things. Once the kids realized, one, that I was there to teach them, not to judge them, they would come up and say, I don't get this. Show me their books and what they were doing. I would help them. So on my left hand side, I would have a line of kids. Now, in this class, on the right hand side, this one little girl would always come up and stick her papers. Now, she was a little bit unique in that she was from Mexico and learning English. She didn't have much background in math. So I worked with her as I was working with the other students. Anytime we did math, or even if there was any free time, she would come up with her math and wanted help. She wanted to get it. She really did. She was struggling. And I wasn't sure if it was a language problem or what, but she kept working. And the most exciting thing for me was by the end of the third day, she got it. She really, really got it. She was excited because she didn't think she was ever going to get it. I was excited because I felt like I'd finally gotten through to her. The class was excited because they liked her. She was the prettiest little girl, so nice to everybody. But she was struggling with math. So I enjoyed that opportunity, and that really opened my eyes to how much I enjoyed being a substitute teacher. I even thought about becoming a certified teacher because I enjoyed that so much. Now, one of the things that probably made me a little concerned about being a substitute teacher is when I would be asked to take long-term sub-assignments. I started seeing the problems that the teachers were dealing with. I got a few episodes of that I will tell you about in upcoming episodes of Brain Break with Randy and Keitho. But I really enjoy helping people learn. I have tutored for several years. What's unique about when I tutor is I find that the kids that have gone through, I won't name them, but the big learning programs that are out there that are, private, and they want you to sign up for a year, get your kid to, do well. I find sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. But I've had kids come to me after spending a year in that kind of situation and spend 3 hours with me over the period of 2 or 3 weeks. All of a sudden, they don't need that help anymore because they get it. They know where their weaknesses are. They know what they need to do. I've been able to help them. That was very eye-opening to me. I don't know what the difference is. I've never sat into their situation and see what they're doing, but I enjoy teaching. And I spent most of my career teaching people how to do things properly. I spent a lot of it in water treatment. A lot of water treatment, believe it or not, in water and wastewater is math. You've got to be able to understand the math to be able to figure out what you're doing and how you're dosing things and, how many parts per million you have of this or that, what percent of this is that. Some people don't get that math. That's okay. Let us figure it out together, and we'll show you how to do it. The other thing that I enjoyed was helping to teach people the science behind water treatment, whether it be biology, chemistry, sometimes physics. Some people get it very quickly and others don't. They really struggle. One of my really good friends got promoted. He's a very successful man in every aspect of his life, but the one thing he couldn't do was the math. And he got promoted and had this position of being a chief operator where he had to do the calculations and send it into the state every month. And for years, I helped him do that report. And I don't think his bosses knew that we were doing it together. And it didn't matter to me. He was my friend. I wanted to help him, and I was happy to do so. But in his mind, he couldn't learn that. And I don't know if that was true or not. I know that by the time he called me, it was time to do the report. And so we had to do the report, and we didn't really have time to teach the process. But he was amazing and continues to be successful. He has since retired. Others have taken his place. And whenever I get to the town he lives in, I look him up because he is my friend. And he's incredible at what he's accomplished in his life. And he really is a caring person. And somebody I'm very proud to say I know and call friend. So with that, I've told you a little bit about me and why I enjoy teaching. But it's seeing people understand things that they didn't think they could understand or ever would understand or would ever make sense to them. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you for making the time to listen to Brain Break with Randy and Keitho. Please like and subscribe. Your comments are really important to me. I love them. If you'd like me to talk about anything in particular or any thoughts you have, that's great too. Love your ideas. Please tell your friends about us, but more than anything, make it a great day.